Dr. Kemi of Nigeria, it's Monday, the 6th of October, 2025. Let's talk about gist. I'm going to give you new formats of gist now, where I'm not going to mention any names, but I'll just give you the gist so that you can know. When I used to mention names, you'll be attacking me and you'll be acting like fools. Just listen. This year, there were five female celebrities that were due to have babies, okay? Five having babies. Some of them have already had theirs. Three of those celebrities were never pregnant. They did something called surrogacy. And a lot of you don't know what surrogacy is because you're not educated enough to know. Now, I've been a journalist 3 decades, and I'm going to explain it to you because I brought awareness to surrogacy in Nigeria. Now, a lot of these celebrities, at least those that have had their babies, they don't show you their babies' faces. They're hiding it. Unlike Rihanna, who's had her own. These five celebrities I'm talking about are Nigerian celebrities. So let's get to the point. Surrogacy is when you have a problem carrying a baby or you have a problem conceiving from your partner. It could be the woman's egg is damaged, her uterus cannot carry a baby, or could be the man who can't impregnate the woman and has issues with sperm flow. So what they do is IVF, okay, in vitro fertilization, where the sperm and the egg is fertilized in a petri dish. A petri dish is just a little dish in a lab. And once the egg is fertilized, they now plant it inside the woman that's going to carry the baby. Now, bear in mind, there's a very good fertility doctor in Port Harcourt that I personally know. And I went to his clinic to see exactly how they do this. It's a very delicate procedure. In vitro fertilization has to have a certain environment because you're conceiving babies in that lab atmosphere. So no one can enter a fertility clinic with perfume on. Perfume is a hormonal disruptor. So if you're going to a fertility clinic for an appointment, they tell you exactly that you must never wear any kind of fragrance, perfume spray into there because you can damage the eggs. And it's not just your own eggs, there are other people's eggs in there. So at the end of the day, okay, the egg that's fertilized is planted into that woman who now carries it because the husband can impregnate her, from the conventional let's have sex way, or a surrogate who will carry it. Now, a lot of people need to know this. When you're doing IVF and surrogacy, it doesn't necessarily mean something's even wrong with both of you. Kim Kardashian is a good example of that. Her first child was born. Normally, Kanye has sex with Kim. The second and third were surrogates that carried them because Kim didn't want to carry any baby. Her career was so much and she had to look good and all that, so she had somebody else carry it for them. And then when the baby was born, they did a surrogate exchange and they brought their baby home. The baby is made up of Kanye and Kim, just a third party that actually hosted the uterus. The second format is the sperm donor, where you go buy sperm, you fertilize it with your eggs, and then it's planted into you. You're 9 months pregnant, you have your baby, or it's planted into somebody else. One of those three celebrities did a sperm donor thing. Now, she also did a photo shoot with a baby bump and looked good. All of them do photo shoots with baby bumps. Three of them did that out of the five. And in her own case, she did a sperm donation thing and she went to a lab and picked up the profile of who she wanted. I can go there and say, I want a black man, I want an Oyibo man, I want a Lebanese man, I want a half-caste child, so I want this white man. And they only give a little bit of their profile, not their whole lineage. So you don't know where you're really getting when it comes to lineage. But I want a white man's sperm and so that my baby can come out as half-caste, blah, 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 all that stuff. One of them did that. Now, instead of planting that fertilized egg into her, she opted for a surrogate. So another woman carried that egg. And when the baby is born, she did the surrogate exchange and collected her baby. That baby is technically hers because it's her egg. And she doesn't know the father because it's someone else's sperm. And the surrogate remains anonymous. And that's the end of it. You're just renting a womb, a uterus. Okay? So we live in this life that everything looks real, but it's really fake. Many things in this world is fake. So, three out of your five celebrities had surrogacies. I think I mentioned one earlier and everybody was attacking me. I won't be mentioning names anymore. I'll just be doing my stuff and it's up to you to figure out who it is. Okay? Congratulations to all five mothers and take care of your children. And when they grow up, that's your business. Just tell them where they came from, the truth. Not just their own, lab stuff, but we have a lot of children in Nigeria who don't even know where they came from. Remember, I was in Port Harcourt, and while in the prison, there was a lot of child trafficking. One man impregnates 15 girls, and they all had babies, and they sold them. When they're caught, they go to prison. The ones that are not caught are sold, and those babies are out there somewhere, adopted by very rich people who cannot conceive. They rather adopt. So if you grew up in a house where you think this is mom and dad, go and get a DNA test to be sure